Hello everybody and welcome back to Wall Street Homestead. Hope you're having a good day. If you like what you see here, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, share it with your friends. If you're new here, we welcome you. If you're returning, we thank you for coming back. We couldn't do this without you. This is going to be the first in a series of videos, tutorials on the wicking tubs, talking about the different containers and the materials you need to build on, and how to build one, and then use it once you get it in the garden. We've switched over to these last year and adding even more this year, and actually almost tripling what we did last year with them. We've really enjoyed what we did with them. So watch and enjoy and learn what you can. Sorry about that. Biscuit got a little loud and was wanting some attention or something, so
oh yes,
got her quieted down now. We started last year making a lot of them out of 55-gallon food grade barrels. These are used barrels, but they've been used for containing food grade items. We found a place, it's about 80 miles from us, a gentleman that keeps them, gets them and keeps them. They cost us about $13 a piece, and if we buy 10 or more at one time, we get them for $10 a piece. And you cut them in half, and then you have two tubs, which it would look like this. So I'll give you a reference in size. Here's the mineral tub, there's the half a barrel, and it's a little bigger in diameter. It's actually a little bigger all the way around, about the same height. To give you a reference, cutting a 55-gallon barrel in half, you're going to have approximately 27.5-gallon capacity in half a barrel, roughly. These, I believe, are rated at about 22-gallon. So these would hold a little bit more soil, a little bigger. We used we had 4 of them last year. Yeah, these, and they did real well. These, like this, we ended up with about 15, and they also did very well. It's just we knew we could get a hold of a bunch of these. That's why we went with the barrels. I did have a friend of mine give me 10 mineral tubs this summer, or this winter, so I do have those as well. I'll use a mix of both. Another thing we did last year when we were first getting into it and looking for containers to build them in, we kept hearing some people say muck tubs. Get muck tubs from a box store or something, and I stumbled across these muck tubs on Amazon, and they're a little bit smaller. They're only rated at about 17-gallon capacity, and they got the rope handles. I mean, I guess you'd buy this if you're cleaning up your yard and want to throw stuff in it and carry it off. Or I think we had one years ago when our kids were little and used it for a toy box in the living room or something like that. And but we stumbled onto these, and if we can find it, we'll put a link for them down below. But we bought 8 of these. Last year we bought them for $52 for 8, and this year we found them and we went and bought up some more for $47, I believe. Some of the things we like about these, of course, they're new and they're clean, but they will take paint. They're plastic. They come black. They only come in one color, black, but you can get some of that plastic coat paint from Rust-Oleum that'll stick to plastics, and they'll paint up real nice and look nice. You can paint them any color you want. This one, Ann has already painted a gray color because she likes them for her flower pots along our driveway, and we build them as wicking tubs. And she did a video on her flowers last year, and some of those were just beautiful as the petunias draped over the sides and just filled up really well. So you can get creative with these, paint pictures on them if you wanted to, or just spray paint them different colors, or leave them black. They are a little lighter built than these, so they're won't be as heavy. So if you did put flowers on them and you want to move them around, they might be a little easier to move than these. And I don't know how long they're going to last. I know one of the ones like this last year, I noticed had a crack in it already this year from sitting outside just 1 year. But it's still usable. It's still usable. So, I mean, you're gonna need to take that into consideration, but you can order them online, delivered to your house, no fuss, no muss, and can give you something. And this would be big enough to put tomatoes in, or some peppers, a tomato, or maybe 2 tomatoes if you're just gonna let them drape over. One other container we built some for different things is just a plain food grade 5-gallon bucket, which you can buy just about any box store, hardware store. It might have the logo of the store on it, but you can build one in a 5-gallon bucket, just like that. And those are real easy to move around, even have a handle.
It's good for the pollinators.
Yeah, we did a bunch last year and just scattered them throughout, mixed them up in our tubs with flowers and stuff for the pollinators to come
And you
to.
can move them around real easy.
And doing some reading on container gardens, you can grow one tomato plant in a 5-gallon bucket. So you could grow a tomato, especially if you went with a bush or a smaller determinate tomato. I think we're going to try and do some in a 5-gallon bucket this year for a friend of ours, and we'll see how that goes. So that's some choices. Another thing, I've never built one. I've heard of people that did, just a plastic tote, one of those Rubbermaid or whatever plastic totes, and then build, which I'll show you what you do for a reservoir to make it the wicking tub. I haven't got to that yet, just talking about the containers. But you could, one of those storage totes, you could build something in that. Doesn't care what shape it is, doesn't have to be round. And there again, I don't know how they would hold up, how heavy they are, but you could build one in that by putting your cans or whatever you want in the bottom to build the reservoir. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what you can build a wicking tub in, the different containers, either with a mineral tub, a 55-gallon plastic barrel cut in half, food grade. You can buy new ones that have never had anything in them. They're going to be a little more costly, but if you can find some used ones, look on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, places like that. They're out. We found some, just not close to us. And like I said, we went up last winter and we got a trailer load of about 22 in one trip. So.
And also, Leon says that the barrels, that when you cut them in half, that they tend to last longer than any of the containers.
Yeah, even the mineral tubs, sitting in the sun, the UV rays will work on this plastic, and this tub will last, he says, probably 3 to 5 years on the mineral tubs, which if you're not paying anything for them, that's fine. You just have to replace them. We've only had ours 1 year, so we can't see how that will last. They are heavier, thicker, and they're a little bit different kind of a plastic. They do kind of distort, and they're not perfectly round once you cut them, but they'll hold just fine. And he believes they'll last probably 20 to 25 years because of the way they're built, and they're designed to sit outside. So you got your half a barrel, you got your mineral tub, you got your muck tubs, which you can find. Like I said, we got these off Amazon, and even as a 5-gallon bucket,